All right, guys, Adam back here at Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with a flight out of Merrill Field in Anchorage, Alaska. This is where I actually learned how to fly real airplanes. And I went in and picked a single engine turboprop just so we can get around kind of quickly, but one that we can get in and out of most of the fields around Anchorage. Now, if you're not familiar with Anchorage, Anchorage is where most of the people who live in Alaska live. It's about 300,000 to 400,000 people out of Anchorage. Right in that consolidated city, you have Anchorage International Airport, which is one of the top 5 cargo hubs in the world. You have Merrill Field, which is a high concentration of single engine training aircraft. You have Lake Hood, which is one of the largest seaplane bases in the world. You have Elmendorf Air Force Base, which is where we have a whole squadron of F-35 Raptors stationed. So there's a ton of aviation in a small 10 to 15 mile radius. So we're gonna go ahead and take off from Merrill Field, and we will go ahead and take a little tour of Anchorage, and then maybe we'll head out towards the Turnagain Arm and head down towards Alaska. That's normally about a 45-minute drive in a car, but in a fast turboprop, that's probably a quick flight. So let's take a look. So as many of you know as well, if you just downloaded the updates, there's over 95 gigabytes of data you have to download to update this. Not a quick process, especially if you don't have a quick internet connection. Luckily, I have a quick internet connection, but we still had some issues trying to get this to load the first time. I had to actually uninstall it and reinstall it, and now it seems to be working okay. All right, there's Merrill Field from the air. Of course, every flight begins with kind of a bird's eye view of the airport, which is kind of cool. And then the data loads up, and you can kind of watch all this, or you can actually just click on the ready to fly and jump right into it. There's your traffic there going down one of the main roads there next to Merrill Field. Go ahead and click ready to go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Now you'll notice that it kind of starts out in a 3D cockpit mode. If you pull back on the view, you kind of dive into a more realistic look, and then if you pull down again, you can actually really get in there and see all the knobs and everything. And if you go left or right, you can pan across and see everything. Now it's telling us that, hey, your parking brake's on, so let's go ahead and take that off. And then if we want to look outside, we can switch to this view. We can rotate around different angles. We'll go ahead and put some flaps in there. And looks like we're headed due west here on the runway. So let's go ahead and get started from inside the cockpit. I kind of like this forward view here. Still allows you to see a little bit of the airspeed indicator, but yet puts you kind of out the front window. So let's bring it up. Off we go. Full power. Airspeed's alive. Now I don't have rudder pedals on this, so I'm actually using the yoke to do the steering on the ground, which of course isn't the best. Here coming up. You can see Elmendorf off to the right there. Anchorage, downtown Anchorage is right ahead of us and below us. And this mountain right over here, I'm going to point towards it, is called Sleeping Lady. And if you look at it right there, you can see it looks like the head of a woman laying on her back with a sheet over. That's called Sleeping Lady. This is the port of Anchorage right here. And there's Elmendorf in the background, the Chugach Mountains in the background. And we'll go ahead and you can see we just lifted off of Merrill. And over here on our left, you can see we have Lake Hood, the largest seaplane base in the world, as well as Anchorage International Airport. Again, a large cargo hub, FedEx, UPS. If you're getting anything from the Orient, it's probably going to stop in Anchorage for fuel. If you've ever done it like a tracking on your package, you'll see, leave Japan, Anchorage International. Once it hits Anchorage, then you usually know your package is on the way there. So. And we're flying over Anchorage right now. And you can see the mountains in the background. You can see Lake Hood down there. That's where all the seaplane base is. Right here, there's hundreds and hundreds of seaplane, we call them float planes in Alaska, that go all around Lake Hood there. Again, here's the main terminals below us here. Flying right over the top. And now we're heading southbound down the Turnagain Arm. This is on our way towards Alaskan Ski Resort and some of the glaciers that we have in Alaska. Again, this would probably take you from downtown Anchorage all the way out to Alaskan. Would probably take you a good hour to get out there in a car. It's a very nice drive though. You're flying along the Turnagain Arm, which is right along the water, and you have the mountains on your left and you have Turnagain Arm on your right. So it's a pretty cool scenic drive. Even better in an airplane though. Again, we got the mountains in the background. Now, if any of you have not seen the scenery options here, let's take a look at the weather here. If we want to throw a little bit of, we got clear skies right now, let's throw a little bit of broken clouds in there. It's probably more like what the weather's like in Alaska. Again, you can go live weather as well. Hop back in here. A little turbulence now. Looking at our left wing. Look at the scenery though, look at the detail. I mean, this is exactly what Anchorage looks like on a nice, clear summer day. You know, it looks just like this. Typically clouds hanging over somewhere, sun shining through. You can see the main highway going from east to west of town, north and south. It's Highway 1 and 2 basically in Alaska. And we're just kind of cruising along here. There's a couple small private strips south of Anchorage. A couple lakes and a couple private strips. We're just going to keep flying along the Turnagain Arm. I'm not going to do a long flight. Maybe we'll speed it up and we'll jump to the end here kind of quickly. But I just kind of want to show you that it's pretty cool. The scenery is excellent. Very accurate. Let's keep our speed up here so we can get out of town quick. There we go. All right. There's kind of the last interchange before you leave out of town. Along the shore. Look at the waves coming in there. Very realistic. You can see the tundra in the marsh here along the shoreline. You got cars on the highway. That's called the Turnagain Arm right there. Very accurate. This area out here is called Potter's Marsh. You'll see coming up here on the left, you're going to see a little maze of zigzag roads. And these are some very high-end houses. You kind of climb up and down the mountain there to get to them. You can see them there, right there on the left. Right below us is, again, Potter's Marsh. There's a kind of a wildlife refuge there, a little place you can pull off the highway and check out. Pretty cool. And then, of course, on the left here, you see, put the wing down over here. Here's the highway going along the shore. I got my autopilot on. Let me take that off. There we go. So now we're kind of flying along the shoreline here. You can see the houses up on the mountain. This is a really cool drive or flight for that matter. I'm going to go ahead and put the weather back to clear just so you guys can take in all the scenery here. Get me trimmed out. And we'll go ahead and go back to clear. Just so we can, oh, we could do live weather too. Let's see, oh, it's nice today in Anchorage. There we go, pow. Look at that, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let's look on the other side of it. There's Anchorage back there. And, oh, we got a little freeze up here. Got a freeze up. Let's see if it unlocks itself. We're frozen. Nothing's unlocking and I'm switching. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's across the inlet. That's towards Kenai and Soldotna. That takes about 2 hours to drive around the inlet. Again, you can fly across in about 15 minutes. Girdwood is a ski resort that's, again, about 50 minutes south of Anchorage. They have a small gravel strip. We'll see if we can find it here. I'll bring this baby in here. And there's the gravel strip there. Here's coming down. We'll make a left downwind here to the mountain. Straight ahead, right there, that white, those are all ski runs right there. Right there. There's the town of Girdwood. There's the small gravel strip on the left. They actually do skydiving, parasailing in the summertime there. It's a pretty cool place. Let's get our... There's our downwind leg. Let's see if we can put this baby in there. Again, you can see the ski resorts on your right there. Lodge up there. Those are all ski runs coming down right here. Right here. Alright, we gotta extend this out a little ways. And there you have it, folks. We're there. Flaps are up. Welcome to Girdwood. Well, guys, I hope you liked a little bit of a tour of Anchorage. We're going to be doing some more playing with the software here, checking things out, trying some of the challenges and things like that. Sorry the camera died. Didn't realize it died, but hopefully we skipped out of some of the boring parts for you. So hope you guys liked it, and hope you guys are having fun with your Flight Sim 2020. I know we'll be playing with it quite a bit more. Thanks, guys.